Hi! In this video, we are going to practice using the dictionary to look up some terms that we find in an academic text. First, let me ask you this. Do you own or have access to an English dictionary? A dictionary that has the words in English and provides you the definition of the word in English. Do you? Now, do you use an English-Spanish dictionary that translates the terms that you look up? And finally, which format do you prefer, paper or digital? When I say digital, I'm talking about online dictionaries, for example, or apps. All right, think about the answers. And let's read the text that we're going to use as the basis for looking up terms in the dictionary. Read the following text about how maps are created. We will use it to look up some words in the dictionary. Let's read it together. The creation of a map starts with the taking of aerial photographs to obtain digital images of an area. All right? Then comes the identification of the elements of the terrain, and with the help of the people of the region, the names of each of the geographical elements, such as rivers, towns, roads, etc. Interesting. Oh, with the help of those people, those elements are registered. Good. Then, field measurements and calculations are made to obtain exact numerical data that allow the location and geographic reference of the elements. Good. Finally, the information of coordinates that allow the reading and interpretation of the map is included. Wow, that is a good process description. Let's make sure that you understand the main idea of that text. This is the activity. Arrange the following elements in the order they are mentioned in the text describing the process of creation of maps. All right, aerial photographs, coordinates, measurements and calculations, naming the elements. What do we do first when we are creating a map? So pause the video, complete the activity, and I'll show you the answers in a moment. All right, I hope that you did pause the video, and this is the order. First, aerial photographs, then naming the elements, then measurements and calculations, and finally, coordinates. All right, with that text, I would like to show you how we look up words in an English-Spanish dictionary and then in an English-English dictionary. All right, I used an online dictionary as a reference for the looking up process that we're doing because I personally prefer digital dictionaries. All right, I used to have a very bulky and very good dictionary, but I don't use it anymore. I've used apps and online dictionaries for many years now, actually. And the word that I looked up is the word map. In this English-Spanish dictionary, I found that they include the definition, but before they do that, they give you the pronunciation. You can hear it, and they have the pronunciation of the word in British English, UK, United Kingdom English, and US, United States English, American English. So there you have the pronunciation. And because the word map is also a verb, they have the inflections. It means how the word is written in the past tense and with the third person singular and with the ing, the present participle, etc. As you can see, some abbreviations there for verb and past, present, etc. And then they give you the definition of the word. It says here topographical plan. And with that definition, let's say based on that definition, the translation of the word in Spanish. And there you have it. Below that, you have some examples of sentences in which the word has been used in context with the translation of the sentence. I find that very, very useful, right? And then you have another definition of the word in parentheses, and then you have the translation of that term based on that definition. Also, that was as a noun. The N there stands for noun. But now as a verb, they have the abbreviation verb, like V for verb, and they have transitive. It means it is as a transitive verb, the word map, to map, based on this definition, can have this Spanish meanings, all right, or translations. And to map something is has a definition and is said like this in Spanish, all right? So you have some examples there as well. I looked it up in a different dictionary and I found this. They have the word map, they have the pronunciation, and they have two definitions here. As a noun, it has this translation in Spanish, and they give you some idioms that I like that. Some phrases in which the word appears, and you also have it translated as a transitive verb. It says verb transitive, and then you have an example, and they give you the translation of the term there within the example. All right? Now, if we look up the word map in an English dictionary, this is what you will most likely find. You find that it has the pronunciation and it has several definitions. If you scroll down the dictionary, you will find something like this. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 definitions, and one of those will be the one that you need. Okay? So as you can see, they give you definitions and you have to make the choice which is the definition that serves your purpose, which is the one that is being used in the text. To do that, I would like to do this exercise together with you. And I am going to look up the word field in the dictionary. So the word field appears in this sentence in the text. Then field measurements and calculations are made. So how do we understand field? So I looked it up and I found these definitions of the text. Can you believe that? From 1 to, let me move on to the next image of the next and the next and the next and the next definitions. How many? We have 22 different definitions for the word field, which is the one that helps us. Among all those definitions, we have to see which one works in the text that where we found the word. It says field measurements and calculations are made. Actually, the one that I think is the one that helps us understand the word is this. Number 8, it says an expanse of anything. It's field calculations. It's not any of the other very specialized meanings of field. It's just that one, an expanse of anything, because we're measuring the expanse of the terrain that was used as the basis for a map. All right? So that is how we decide which one is the definition that we need. We may do it by trial and error. We can see which one is the one that would go there in the context of the sentence, if it makes sense, if it is clear. We have to make a decision, but we need to see all the possible definitions, all the possible translations. For example, if we are doing that in an English-Spanish dictionary. All right? So I have one practice activity for you. I'm going to ask you to look up 3 terms, and then I am going to explain the answers once again to you. All right? So here's the activity. Look up the following words from the passage above and write down their definition in English and their Spanish translation. So here are the 3 words highlighted: data, allow, and coordinates. Coordinates is plural, so you may have to look it up either as a plural or as a singular noun. So I'm going to pause my video. Please get your dictionary, look up the words, and find the definition in English and the translation in Spanish for those terms. Pause my video, complete the activity, and I'll show you some answers in a moment. All right, So I hope that you did complete the activity. And here are the answers that I found that may be similar to the ones that you found in your dictionary. All right? Data as a noun, and of all the possible definitions that I found in my dictionary, I found that definition number 3 says usually used with a singular verb and about digital technology. It is information in digital format, so that is data, as encoded text or numbers, or multimedia images, audio, or video, and you have some examples there. And in the English-Spanish dictionary, I found this one as information. It has this translation in Spanish, and it's always plural. It says in English is noun plural, NPL as plural, and in Spanish this word is a noun, it's masculine, and it's plural. So that information is about that word, that it's a noun that is masculine in Spanish and it's plural. All right, and they give you an example and a translation. Next, for allow, I found this definition as a verb. It was the first one that they had, to give permission, or to give permission to, or for, or permit, with an example. And in Spanish means to permit, and it has this translation with those examples. Coordinate, I found in the English, that's curious, in the English dictionary, I found it as a singular form, so we have to make the adjustment. Let's say we're talking about coordinates, but I only found the singular form. So as a noun in mathematics means any of the magnitudes that serve to define the position of a point, line, or the like by reference to a fixed figure, system of lines, etc. So it's according to meridians and the parallels, all those lines that we have to measure the Earth and to establish positions of elements on the Earth. All right, and in this English-Spanish dictionary, I found it in plural, and it was like this, and it has this definition with this example that you see there. All right. Wow. So now that you have done that, why don't we take a moment to practice the pronunciation of this text so that you can always do that as at the end of each lesson. All right. So I am going to pause my video. You listen to the pronunciation and then you repeat your practice after the native speaker. All right. Listen and pronounce, please.
The creation of a map starts with the taking of aerial photographs to obtain digital images of an area. Then comes the identification of the elements of the terrain and, with the help of the people of the region, the names of each of the geographical elements, such as rivers, towns, roads, etc., are registered. Then, field measurements and calculations are made to obtain exact numerical data that allow the location and geographic reference of the elements. Finally, the information of coordinates that allows the reading and interpretation of the map is included.
Excellent. Thank you very much for completing that activity and for pronouncing that passage. And remember that we learned about how to look up words in the dictionary so that we can make the best use of it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.